The following is a presentation of Roosevelt University Athletics on the Roosevelt University Lakers YouTube channel. This is Roosevelt University Hockey. Live from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensenville, Illinois. This evening it is Roosevelt University Hockey. Tonight, an ACHA GL6 matchup between the host Roosevelt University Lakers and the visiting Panthers of Davenport University. Hi again, everybody, and good evening. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you along with us here on this Saturday night from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensenville, as the two teams coming out now for the introductions of tonight's starting lineups. And tonight, Game 2 of a weekend home series between these two teams. Game 1 last night going to Davenport by a final of 11-3. As Roosevelt, with that loss, coming into this matchup now at 7-19-0. They've lost their last 5 in a row. They have a 0-7-0 conference record. They are 4-10-0 here this season at the Edge. Meanwhile, Davenport coming in just one below 500 at 16-17. They have 3 ties. They are 3-6-1 in conference play here so far in what is now the 2026 season. And last night, as we said, they were able to get a convincing 11-3 victory over the Roosevelt University Lakers. So Roosevelt will try to bounce back here tonight in game number 2 of this weekend set as we get ready to go for hockey tonight here at the Edge. Great to have you along with us from wherever you may be, as now the crowd is being asked to rise to their feet, and shortly we'll have the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem this evening here from the Edge in Bensenville, Illinois, as we get ready to go for hockey tonight. In the nets for the visiting Davenport Panthers, it'll be Kyler Loudon, coming in with a 14-12 record this year, has a 3.21 goals against average and an .899 save percentage. And meanwhile, for the Lakers, it'll be Harbor Castle getting the start in the nets tonight for RU. Harbor coming in at 5-11 as far as a one-loss record goes this year. Has a .881 save percentage so far this season. Davenport coming out in their road red sweaters with the Davenport script lettering in white across the front of the sweater, and then the white numerals and trim. Roosevelt in their home white sweaters tonight with the black numerals trimmed in green and black. So again, we're glad to have you with us from wherever you may be as we hold forth in the Chicago area. The number of games starting to wind down for Roosevelt. After tonight, they'll have 4 more 2 series, one against Calvin next weekend, and then 2 weeks hence The Lakers will be facing Purdue Northwest to round out the season. But back to the present, and Davenport going as we look at it, and as you watch on our YouTube channel video stream from our left to right, and Roosevelt going from right to left. Davenport, after winning the opening faceoff, able to dump it into the Roosevelt zone in the near corner. A little bit of a battle for it there. It went back behind the net, came over to the far corner now, and Roosevelt trying to clear out. It kind of slides out to the neutral zone, taken back here now by Davenport. They'll play it to the near side. Brandon Pollitt with it there. Dumping it into the Roosevelt zone, taken there behind the net now for RU by Tanner Hallett. He'll weave his way up the far boards across the Davenport line on the right wing side, firing in. That'll be wide to the near side, went flying into the near corner. Puck coming back all the way out to the Roosevelt blue line. Lakers bank it along the near boards, taken back now by Davenport, able to get to it there for the Panthers there. As they take it back, they work it up on the far side. Lakers able to take it back now, and then it got fired back in from the far circle. Got played to the near side now as it got sent in toward the near right wing corner. Taken back here by Davenport. Quick shot here, deflected over to the far side. That shot coming in from Matt Carlson, who scored the first goal last night for Davenport, and I believe it was the quickest goal of the season for Davenport, as the Panthers put it back in behind the Roosevelt net. Liam Bland had it, sent it over to the far boards now. Battled for here, and it went into the far corner. Davenport able to get it back. They're working in deep. Backhand shot, sticks raised, and they score. As it looked like coming in deep, Matt Carlson on a backhander. And just like that, Davenport is on the board for their first goal of the game as they take the 1-0 lead. As Carlson scores here at the 1:22 mark of the period. So that may set another record for Carlson, and either way it's a 1-0 lead for Davenport. So the Panthers wasting no time, as was the case last night. They'll dump it back into the Roosevelt zone here. Bowen Lopez trying to track it down behind the cage, went over to the far boards with it now. Taken back by Davenport. Well, they were going to work it in, taken away now by Roosevelt. Then it got popped back into the Roosevelt zone. Taken back here by the Panthers. They'll spin it around to the near circle. Good pass came there from Jack Kelly in toward Brendan Bauer. Now it went back in behind the net over to the far boards. And Roosevelt able to take it back. They'll flip it up ahead into the neutral zone. Two teams exchanging possession. Now getting it back here. Roosevelt able to take it back as Mike Abrego dumping it into the Davenport zone. Over to the far side. Now it came back here to the left wing boards. Put back in behind the Davenport net. Goes over to the far boards now. Davenport trying to clear. They can't do it. Now they'll rink wide it over to the near side. Angling through the logo at center ice now with it. Here's Brian Fenlon. Tosses it back into the Roosevelt zone, and Harbor Castle leaves it there. Now the Lakers will take it back after Castle left it behind the net. Lakers are trying to work it here from the near side. Up the boards from right to left. Got knocked around, taken back again now by the Lakers in their own zone. They'll play it again to the near boards. Lakers trying to work it ahead as they bring it across the line there. A little bit of a hit applied to Timothy Pickrell. Puck went over to the far side now, and Davenport took it back. Pickrell got it back in the neutral zone. He'll deal it back into his own end. Now it got played to Pickrell again. He fed it up ahead, got deflected into the near corner. Now it goes back in behind the net. Back there for Davenport there. Luke Mikkola to take it there for the Panthers. Put it up to the far boards. The Lakers then able to return it back deep into the Davenport end. Brandon Pollitt back to get it there now for Davenport. Played it over to the far side. Panthers bring it across the neutral zone. Rink-wide pass now to the near side. Pollitt with it again. Rather, Peter Stoyevsky with it there. Put it back in behind the net. Now it went over to the far corner. Lakers able to track it down there. Gabe Kruger able to get to it here for RU. Play to the near side. Davenport applying pressure. Got put here to the end boards just to the right of the net, and Harbor Castle wristing it ahead. Davenport able to keep it in. They play to the midpoint, thrown here into the deep slot, deflected here to the near circle, and Roosevelt able to take it back. They'll bring it through the neutral zone. A lot of traffic there at center ice as Jack Quigley was bringing it up, had it knocked away from behind. Puck got played over to the far boards. Goes back into the Roosevelt zone, far boards. Lakers cannot clear. Davenport able to take it back. They work it into the near circle. Backhand centering pass and then a scramble in front of the net, but somehow the puck got through over to the far side. And now we have a whistle and a stoppage as it got tossed back in. As we have just over 16 minutes remaining here in period number 1. 1-0 in favor of Davenport. Davenport in the early going now with 2 shots on goal. The Lakers still looking for their first tally in that category, as we'll have a face-off far circle to the right of the RU net. Puck went into the far corner, trying to backhand it around to the near side now. Mark Abrego for the Lakers. Came here to the near boards, now through the neutral zone. Trying to catch up to it there, near side. Luke Watterson spun. Now eventually it got played back in behind the net. Kevin Euler had it there. Set it in front, quick shot, and a butterfly save made, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Oh, Kevin Euler fed it right there, almost to the doorstep, and with it there was Blake Martino who wristed it in, but the stave was made. That'll be the first shot on goal of the game for Roosevelt. And we'll have a face-off coming up near circle to the right of the Davenport net. 1-0 Davenport with a lead on the early goal. Here's the draw. Came into the left wing corner now. Two teams trying to track it down there. First to get near the puck there was Brian Fenlon. Now it got played out to center. And Davenport will bring it up the far boards. From the far circle, centering pass to the high slot, taken away, and Roosevelt now back right to left the other way. They'll bring it across the Davenport line, just across the line, a wrist shot. And it was caught there. Looked like about maybe a foot or two in front of the edge of the crease as the stop made there by Kyler Loudon, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Face-off now to the left of the Davenport net. As we await the draw. Went to the far half board, backhanded in behind the net, came around now to the left wing corner. Trying to track it down there for Roosevelt. Lucas Karowski couldn't quite get a hold of the puck. Now it got sent here toward the left wing half board. Karowski giving chase again. Pinned up against the boards. A scrum going on here. They still are kind of hacking at it. Karowski had it for a second. Now it got sent all the way back into the Roosevelt zone. Tanner Hallett back to retrieve for the Lakers. Under pressure from behind. Oh, evades that very nicely and went over to the far corner with it now. Long pass ahead, taken away. Davenport now on the move as they bring it in deep. A little bit of a check into the near boards there, and now it got thrown in front. Harbor Castle will cover it up. Jack Kelly was able to steal that pass up ahead. He had great anticipation, but it didn't look like he could get a lot of momentum going on it. And in the end, we wind up having a face-off as we have 14:35 remaining here in period number 1. Face-off put back behind the net, came over to the far side now. Roosevelt with control. They'll bring it through the neutral zone. And it got backhanded into the far corner in the Davenport end. Scramble forward there, far side. Trying to get control of it there for Roosevelt was Colter Crozier. Came back now and taken again by Davenport. They bring it back left to right across the Laker line. Drop back pass and a kind of a desperation wrister went wide on the left side. That came in from Luke Mikkola, who got taken down to the play, but the game goes on, and the Lakers able to backhand it as they'll dump it back into the Davenport zone. Loudon behind his own net will leave it there, and now Davenport coming back the other way. They'll send a pass through the neutral zone. Got tipped into the air by Pickrell. It went a fair distance into the air, and now it came back all the way to the end boards, and now the Lakers will bring it back through the neutral zone. Dumped in there by Michael Somona. He's going to try to track it down behind the net. Takes a bit of a nasty fall there, but he's back on his skates. Lakers now trying to play it here along the near boards. Bit of a traffic jam going on there as 3 Panthers were in the area. Now it got rung around over to the far side, and Davenport able to take it back. Backhanded into the neutral zone, and now Roosevelt able to get possession. They'll bring it back now to their own side. Here's Andrew Lozanak under some pressure. A good pressure applied there by Jake Alton. Nearly was able to tie up Lozanak. Now it got dumped back deep into the Davenport end, and we have a whistle and a stoppage here. .15 remaining here in period number 1. 1-0 in favor of Davenport. Face-off coming up now, back in the Roosevelt zone to the left of the RU net. Jake Alton on the draw here now for Davenport. Came here to the near point, fired into the slot from there, but it got broken up, never got through toward the net. Davenport trying to toss it back into the Roosevelt zone. They're successful, but now it'll be taken back by the Lakers. Joey Coglianese able to toss it back out to center. Now it got poked along the far boards, and now banking along the far boards deep into the Roosevelt zone. Alton had it again. Lakers able to track it down far side. Able to get to that puck there was Andrew Lozanak. He had a teammate right nearby, but Davenport wound up getting to the puck, and a wrist shot in from the left point goes flying wide near right. Came around to the right wing half board and cleared back into the Davenport zone. Luke Mikula back to track it down for Davenport. Pulls up behind his own net, deals it to the near side. Up ahead now. Puck being seesawed around in the neutral zone. Taken back eventually by Davenport. Is Alton able to dump it back into the Roosevelt zone? Puck rings around the boards now to the right wing corner. Now to be played over to the far side, and Roosevelt able to get control. But again, great pressure here, and they take it away as Roosevelt turning it over. A spinorama in the deep slot, in the high slot to be more accurate. Went wide as it got deflected in, and that came, I think, in from Noah Bradburn. Now it got played back in behind the net. Davenport again continuing to apply pressure. Puck came here again to the end boards, now got poked into the right wing corner. Trying to take it there was Peter Christofides, and now to be sent back the other way. Euler, great pass in front, but they couldn't get the shot away, or really to be more accurate, it went wide to the left side. It wasn't really that long of a distance on the shot. Great feed from Euler in front of the net, but now it got taken back to the near boards. Backhanded in by Watterson. Now it came back along the near boards again. Solmona got it ahead to Euler. He spins, fires it in, and Loudon able to make the catch. It would have gone wide, but he made the grab anyway, and we'll have a face-off on the way. 4 shots on goal for Davenport, 3 for the Lakers. 1-0 Davenport in the lead. As we now have just over 11:20 remaining here in period number 1. Face-off near circle to the right of the Davenport net. Here's the draw, went into the near corner. Panthers able to get to it. Played over to the far side. As the Panthers able to work it through traffic into the Lakers zone, but it didn't go far, and Roosevelt able to clear back to the Davenport line. Panthers take it again. They toss it back into the Roosevelt zone. Castle will leave it there for Michael Solmona for Roosevelt. Solmona played it over to the far boards. Taken back now by Davenport, trying to work his way in deep there. Liam Bland ran into some trouble. They're able to work it loose now around to the near side. Fired in from there, and it got deflected to the near circle. Panthers able to take it back there. Robert McLaughlin had it for a second. Now they're trying to jam it in front here. It went back behind the net. McLaughlin again able to track it down. He'll play it back now to the left wing corner. Left wing point to be more accurate. Now to the far corner. Came around now to the near side. We're approaching the halfway point of the period here. 1-0 in favor of Davenport as now the puck cleared back into the Davenport zone. Tabor Gutchick back to retrieve it now here for Davenport. Holding behind his own net. Just taking his time. Now he deals into the near boards. And they bring it now through the neutral zone. Across the Laker line. Sammy Milok back in behind the net. Tried to throw it in front and went over to the far side. Came back to center ice. Davenport able to take it back again in their own zone. Roosevelt trying to apply a little bit of pressure here. Puck deflected down to the near boards. Taken back across the line by Brian Fenlon. Put it in deep, but now Roosevelt able to take control. Not for long. They turn it over in their own zone. Wrist shot from the far circle, and it never got through. It got poked over to the far corner there. As firing it in there was Milok. Went over now to the left wing corner again. Milok giving chase. Lakers trying to clear, and they're able to just barely push it out to the neutral zone. Now they take it back. They work it across the line. Shot fired in and deflected into the netting above the glass to the left, and so we'll have a face-off on the way. Mike Abrego able to get to that puck there for the Lakers, but still we're in a 1-0 game. Davenport with a lead as we have now 9.5 minutes remaining here in period number 1. Here comes the draw, far circle to the left of the Davenport net. Face-off went into the far corner, banked along the far side glass, came back out to center, and Roosevelt able to dump it right back in right on goal, as a matter of fact. Loudon able to drop it there for his teammates, and Davenport now trying to bring it back the other way. Long pass getting by everybody. Tanner Hallett back to try to clear it. Can't do it. It went about 2 feet. Now they exchange possession. Came to the near side. And now Palat trying to toss it back in, and now it got played back again here to the neutral zone. Pushed across the Davenport line. And now it'll be taken eventually back by the Panthers. Timothy Pickrell tried to barrel his way through a little bit of traffic there. Lost the puck in the process. Davenport across the Laker line. They overskate the puck, and Alton tried to reach back and keep it in the zone, but they get called for offside, and we'll have a face-off on the way. Both teams now even at 4 shots on goal in the game. And we'll have a face-off near right down to the neutral zone. Quigley on the draw for Roosevelt, won by the Lakers. Kevin Euler plays it over to the far side. I think they tried a return pass for Euler, but Quigley got to it instead, dumping it back into the Davenport zone. Loudon well out of the net there. Took a little bit of time before tossing it around to the near boards. Davenport with it back now. They'll play it across the line to the near side. Gutchick dropped it back to the high slot. Shot in from there. Got blocked by the defense. Good pass there into the high slot, and then Bradburn tried to fire it in, but it got deflected away. Puck down to the end boards, taken back now by Michael Simona for the Lakers. Played up ahead now, far point, and the Lakers able to take it back after two Davenport players were near the puck but couldn't get a hold of it. Shot from the far circle. That whistles wide to the near side. Came back around to the near boards all the way out to center. Watterson tracks it down there for the Lakers. Played over now to the far side. Lakers tried to deal it here to the Davenport line, but getting in the way of that pass there, the Panthers able to dump it back into the Roosevelt zone. Tanner Hallett able to get to it now for Roosevelt. Hallett across the top of the center circle into the Davenport zone. Dumping it into the far corner. Goes back in behind the net. Came around down to the near side, trying to get to it there for Davenport. That's going to be Brian Fenlon. Played over to the far side, and now Davenport moving it left to right as you watch on our YouTube channel video stream on this Saturday night. Puck played into the slot, drop back pass here, quick shot, and again blocked by the defense as that shot came in from Robert McLaughlin. Lakers back the other way, across the Davenport line. Shot here coming in, got blocked by the defense as that wrister was taken near point by Karowski. Now back behind the net it goes, taken again by Davenport. Played to center. Lakers able to take it back. They're going to dump it back into the Davenport zone. Goes to the end boards there. And now around to the near boards. Played to center. And then tossed back into the Lakers zone by Liam Bland. Roosevelt now trying to move it back the other way. With Davenport just so quick to the puck. They apply immediate pressure once the opposition gets to the puck. Davenport is just not far away almost at all times. They dump it into the far corner of the Roosevelt zone. Backhand centering pass knocked away as that pass came in from Sammy Milok. Now it got dumped in toward the Laker net. Came back out now to the near side. Shot in from there from the top of the near circle. Deflected out of play, and we'll have a face-off coming up after Brendan Bauer has 17 goals coming into the game. Sending it in and deflected out of play, and we'll have a face-off coming up. .6:37 remaining in period one in a 1-0 game. Here's the draw. Danny Bazach was on the face-off for the Lakers, but it's won by Davenport. We have a loose stick on the ice. As the Panthers played over to the far side, it goes to the end boards. Now back behind the Roosevelt net. Came here to the near side. Pollitt deals it now to the far point. Return pass to the high slot. And Milok not able to get a shot away. That's Danny Bazach, who was out there without a stick. He came back to the bench wanting a new one. And his request has been granted, and now he has the puck over in the far corner. Sent up ahead now. Pass here, getting by to the near boards as Mike Abrego couldn't get to that pass, and Davenport now with it back. Long pass ahead to the Laker blue line. Boy, just really crisp passing here in this game so far by Davenport. Davenport winning last night by a final of 11-3. Lakers now have it back. They toss it into the Davenport zone. Trying to get possession again now. It's Ryder McMillan. He tries to get to it now in the far boards. Takes a check there near the corner. One of the Panthers takes a fall. Now it got put back in behind the net. A good spinorama there by Luke Mikkola to avoid the defensive pressure. And now the Panthers played around to the near boards. Rink-wide pass over to the far side. And it'll be offside here on Davenport. We'll have a face-off coming up. .5:22 to go here in period number one. 1-0 Davenport with a lead. Now it looks like we have a player being escorted off the ice here for the Panthers. We are back a week from tonight. It'll be Roosevelt against Calvin. And again, we'll start our YouTube channel video stream around 7:15 p.m. Hope you'll join us for that. And then on Valentine's Day, we'll be here at the Edge for the season finale. That'll be Roosevelt 2 weeks from tonight against Purdue Northwest. Off the face-off, puck now to the near boards. That puck almost came along the blue line, right along it, almost traced the blue line. They come to the near boards. And now it got sent over to the far side. Davenport plays it to center. Pass up ahead there to Bradburn, who now tries to backhand it, and he does so into the Lakers zone. Giving chase far corner. Simon Davidson now for Davenport. Now far side, Jack Quigley took it back for the Lakers. 2 passes later, they try to connect with Kevin Euler. That didn't work out, and Davenport able to get it back. Davidson played it up ahead across the Laker line, came over to the near side before being pushed over to the far side. And now the puck played back in toward Kevin Euler at the Davenport blue line, but he couldn't get a hold of it. He was in a 1-on-2 situation. Davenport trying to bring it out, but now the Lakers have it back. Euler near corner, sends it in toward the net, and it goes whistling over to the far side, and then it banks all the way back into the Roosevelt zone. Puck now going back in behind the RU net. As we're inside of 5 minutes to go here in the first period, and a good game so far, 1-0 in favor of Davenport. Lakers bring it across the Davenport line. Martino backhands it in deep, and it got deflected, I think, from near the top of the net over to the far corner. Went to the right wing half board, jammed up there. Taken back now by Liam Bland. He'll bank it along the far side, and then a hard hit applied as the Lakers try to advance it. Several players surrounding the puck as it went back into the Lakers zone. Bland passes it now near circle, bottom of the near circle with it here. And that's going to be Fenlon. Put it in deep, and a little bit of a jam up in front of the net. A little pushing and shoving going on there. There were 2 Lakers, and in the middle, 1 Panther. And while they were going at it there, I lost possession or lost sight of the puck as it wound up in the possession of Harbor Castle and a little of a face-off coming up. Looks like that net might have been dislodged. That net here to our right all season long has been batted off the moorings more times than I can count. 3:40 remaining in the first period off the faceoff. There's a drive right on, and Castle able to make the save. Immediately off the faceoff there, Brandon Pollitt firing it in. And we'll have another faceoff coming up near circle to the left of the Laker net. The first try didn't work out. Now the puck drop is made, and it got slid all the way back into the Roosevelt zone, or rather into the Davenport zone, where Pollitt retrieves it for Davenport. Over to the far side, pass to the Laker line, taken away, but then it looked like there Somona lost his balance. That allows Davenport to get it back. Bottom of the near circle, sharp angle shot deflected away into the far corner. It was Milok releasing that shot. The puck eventually goes all the way to the other end of the ice. Loudon out of the net, backhands it into the far corner. Davenport kind of flirting with a turnover in their own end as they continue to try to wrestle it out of their own zone. They'll bring it up the near boards. Milok across the line, put it ahead, then got around the defender, retrieved it into the near corner, tried a centering pass, and it went over to the far boards. Taken back now by Roosevelt. They'll bring it across the Davenport line. Taking it in, Danny Bazach got spun around by more than one player as they went almost into the end boards at high speed. Somehow it looked like they were able to avoid a high-speed collision into the end boards to the left, and now Davenport has it back as everybody back on their skates. That was quite a sequence there. Panthers across the Laker line, dumped into the near corner. Able to get to it now for Roosevelt near side. Mark Abrego sends it now around again toward to the near side. Now it got poked in front of the net. Players getting tangled up there, and a little pushing and shoving going on after the whistle as we'll have a face-off coming up. Well, no penalties so far in this game. As 2:22 remains here in period number 1, 1-0 Davenport with a lead. Here's the draw, far circle to the right of the Laker net. This will be Jake Alton on the draw for Davenport. All right, the first try didn't work out. Alton will depart. Peter Stovjeski will take part in the face-off, and after the draw, it got thrown in front, taken there by Harbor Castle, and then drops it to the far side of the net after the whistle. And the face-off again will try it again. Take 2 on the face-off in the Laker defensive zone. So far, Davenport 9 shots on goal to 5 for the Lakers. Face-off far circle to the right now, the RU net. Won by the Panthers. Play to the top of the far circle, sent out toward the midpoint, but taken away by Roosevelt. Lob back now toward the Davenport line. Dutchick got to it there, tried to bank it to the far side. It got ricocheted over here to the near side, and now Davenport will regroup. They'll bank it up now along the far side. I called that bank shot too early. Then eventually it did get banked along the far side glass by Jake Alton. Went over to the far point now, kept in by Davenport. Put over to the far boards, taken back now by Roosevelt. They'll play it to the near side now. Kevin Euler across the Davenport line to the high slot, shooting. Save made, rebound was there in front, but the Lakers couldn't get a second shot away, and it got pushed into the left wing corner. Davenport trying to take it back there. And it got played to center, and then tossed back into the Davenport zone. Giving chase there, Luke Mikkola. Over to the far side. Sent to center. Now it slides almost by accident into the Roosevelt zone. Around now to the near circle. Stojevski tried to put it in front. Got played back in behind the net. Good attempt there coming in from Stojevski, but in the end now the Lakers able to take it across the Davenport line. Pass into the slot, broken up, taken back now by Davenport. We're now under 1 minute remaining in the period. Davenport now with a mini breakaway here. Quick shot and a save made. Driving in there near side. Ryan Blackburn had a little mini breakaway, got the shot away, but we remain in a 1-goal difference here. Davenport with a lead. Lakers dump it back into the Davenport zone. Went over to the far boards. Danny Bazach took it back. Took a little bit of a mild check into the far boards. That was more like a push. Into the far corner now, Drake Adams got taken down. Let's see, we may have our first penalty of the game coming up here as we have 32 seconds remaining in the period. 1-0 Davenport with a lead. All right, so saw the right arm go up, and now it looks like we will have the player heading to the Davenport penalty box here. Ryan Fenlon will get a 2-minute minor that will carry over into the second period. So the Laker power play on the ice for the first time in the game. Here's the draw, went to the right wing point. Backhand pass now to the near side. Euler has it there, sends it now to the right wing circle. Around to Euler again, now to the near point. Put it to the left wing half board. Now it got played into the near corner. Euler still with it, being bothered by several Panthers. Flipped it back over to the far side. Now it got returned here to the near side. Here's Quigley with it. Dropped it to the left wing half board to Euler. Around now to the right wing point. Wristed in from there, deflected to the wide far side, and that will bring us to the end of the period. So the Lakers will have 1 minute, 28 seconds of power play time to carry over into period number 2. As we take a look at first period scoring here today, the only goal of the game coming from Matt Carlson at 1:22 of the period. Shots on goal in the opening frame. Davenport 10, Roosevelt 6. So your score after one period of play, it is Davenport 1, Roosevelt nothing. We'll take an extended timeout here, and then when we come back, we'll have our second period play-by-play on the way. As again, your score at the break after the first 20. Davenport up 1-0. See you on the other side of our extended intermission. This is Roosevelt University Hockey.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. encourage them to see a doctor, or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older-adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
All right, back here with you from the Edge in Bensenville, Illinois. Heading toward period number 2. It is a 1-0 Davenport lead, but Roosevelt will have 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining on their current power play after the penalty late in the first period went to Brian Fenlon. So we'll see if the Lakers can take advantage here as we're about ready to go. Roosevelt will be going as we look at it, and as you watch on our YouTube channel video stream from left to right, Davenport right to left here in period number 2. And here's the draw. And they dropped the puck while I think the referee was here below us at the off-ice scores booth, and one of the other officials put his arms up as if to say, why did you drop the puck? So it looks like we'll have to have a do-over on that. Now the official going over here to the Davenport bench. So we have a little bit of a delay before the second period begins. And now here we go once again, take 2 on the opening faceoff here for period 2. And it's won by Roosevelt. Kevin Euler controlling in his own zone, and we're underway here on a freshly Zamboni'd sheet of ice here at the Edge. Up the near side now, Jack Quigley gets it around the defender nicely, brought it across into the Davenport zone. Back now to the midpoint, tossed in toward the slot from there. Quigley couldn't get a hold of it and went into the far corner. Euler, before being gently, it looked like, kind of checked into the boards, was able to backhand it into the near corner, and now it got played all the way back to the other end of the ice. Harbor Castle out of the net and leaves it there for Bowen Lopez. He'll bring it back left to right now. Lopez across the logo at center ice. Dropped it for Quigley over to the far side now. It goes down to 42 seconds remaining now on the Roosevelt power play. Puck into the far corner. Taken back by Euler at the point. Banks it along the far boards. Around to the near side now to Bowen Lopez. Skates it toward the bottom hash marks near circle. Brought it back out to the point. Fed it over to the far circle. Now eventually Quigley has it shooting. Save made there by Loden. And then on a rebound. And they score! Well, for the longest time there looked like the puck would be frozen on the front side of the crease, but it stays loose. The Lakers able to bury the shot, and they've tied the game in 1 on the power play goal. Give it to Micah Braco, and we're all leaving it 1 here in period 2. That goal coming at 1:06 of the period. And we are all even at 1. So a new hockey game here as the puck launched back into the Lakers zone around to the near circle now. The players everywhere trying to get a hold of the puck. It slides into the slot. Now the Lakers able to clear it along the far side as it rattles off the glass. Along the far boards, Davenport dumps it right back into the Lakers zone. And we'll have icing here called on Davenport. Well, Davenport scored the goal, 122 in the first period, and the Lakers get a goal at 1:06 of the second period, and we're all even at 1. 10 shots on goal at the moment for Davenport, 8 for the Lakers. So the Lakers able to cash in on the power play, and we're all even. Face off to the left of the Davenport net. Martino on the draw for the Lakers, and went over to the far side now. Again, near the puck was Robert McLaughlin. Came back out toward the middle of the ice and got played to center. Taken away now. Davenport, another mini breakaway, and a shot blocker save there by Harbor Castle. Puck came here to the near corner. Now it got played back to center again. Harbor Castle keeping it at a 1-1 tie. Puck slides across into the Lakers zone. Quick shot here. And a save made, and now Castle able to cover it up, and we'll have a face-off on the way after Brendan Bauer on the shot there. A little bit of a low-line drive, and we'll have a face-off, as we said, coming up. That'll be the 12th shot on goal of the game. And so far, a different tenor to this game tonight after Davenport cruised to an 11-3 win last night on their home ice in Michigan. Here's the face-off. Came now to Mikkola near point. Tried to wrist it ahead, knocked away. Came back around now toward the near boards as Milok tried to get to it there. And now it came back to center ice. Puck now came here to the near side. Here's Watterson across the line. Around to the near corner to Euler. Dropped it back for Watterson again. Tried to throw it in front. Looked like there was a jam up about to occur there in front of the net, but it never did. Davenport now back the other way into the Lakers zone. Backhanding it in. Quick shot here. And it got deflected wide left. I'm not sure if Harbor Castle got a hand on it. Then he tried to cover it up, it looked like. Now it got played back in behind the net again. Went over to the far boards now. And the Panthers not able to keep it in, and they'll have to backtrack to their own blue line and regroup. Now they give it away. Lakers across the line as Euler able to take it back. Splitting defenders. Got taken down, and now the net has been jarred loose, and we'll have a face-off. We talked about that net getting the brunt of a lot of activity over the course of this season, and it happens again here. Just over 17 minutes remaining in period 2, 1-1 game. So they'll reattach the net to the pegs. Those magnetic pegs that they've installed now, modern day way to fasten the net, much less dangerous than the old pipes that used to protrude from upward from the ice. Here's the face-off near circle now to the left of the Davenport net. Came to the high slot. Shot came in from there from Abrego. Deflected into the far corner. And one of the Davenport Panthers able to take a tumble as Davenport brings it back now through the neutral zone across the Laker line. Pass came down to the near side. Able to catch up to it there. That was Alton, but now it got sent back the other way. Goes to the far side. Michael Somona giving chase. Not able to get to it, and Davenport able to take it back into their own zone. Good pass up ahead now as they'll bring it across the Laker line on the right wing side. Sent into the slot, and looked like there was a spinorama attempt there that was kind of whiffed on. Came back to center, and now Davenport again will try to toss it back into the Roosevelt zone, and they're able to do so. Came around now to the near side. Oh, a nifty pass there to the bottom of the near circle. Return pass. Now it went back in behind the net. Trying to work it in deep here there. That was McMillan. A scramble in front there. Oh, the puck was dangerously close. It looked like from our viewpoint here, rolling over the goal line, but instead it got rattled around the boards over to the far side. Kept into the right wing point. Tossed back in behind the net. Here's Solmona with it now. Tossed it over to the far boards. Kept it again by Davenport. Redirect attempt here. And it wound up coming here to the near side. Lakers now able to take it back. Danny Bazach across the red line into the Davenport zone. Deals it back now to the high slot. Shot from there by Bowen Lopez right on, and the save made, and we'll have a faceoff coming up. Well, end to end here of late as we remain in a 1-1 game. .15:39 remaining here in period number 2. Here's the draw, far circle now to the right of the Davenport net. For the Lakers, it was Joey Coglianese, or it will be Joey Coglianese on the draw. I looked down to make sure I had the correct player, and I thought by then the faceoff would have taken place. It does here in a quick wrist shot, and Loudon able to make the save. And another faceoff is in our future. Peter Christofides on that last shot. He's just joined the team this month here for Roosevelt. Has had a good debut for the Lakers. Here's the draw, far circle now. And it's won by Davenport. Is on the faceoff there. That was Simon Davidson for the Panthers. Around now to the near side and back over to the far side. Christofides tried to deal it ahead. Lakers trying to bring it out of the zone, and now they're able to do so. Up ahead now toward the near side and back skating, if you will, toward the near boards. Gabe Kruger rink-wise into the far side. Davenport trying to bring it across the line. They push it across the blue line, and then a whistle as it got pinned along the far boards, and we'll have a face-off. On the way, new personnel on the ice here. Carlson, McLaughlin, Bland coming onto the ice now for Davenport. Lozenak coming onto the ice along with, as well, Luke Kurowski and Mark Abrego. Mikkola in the neutral zone, slides it right on net, covered up by Harbor Castle. And a third face-off in quick succession is on the way. 1-1 game. Davenport right now with 15 shots on goal to the Lakers 10. Davenport, check the box score, and if memory serves, had over 60 shots on goal last night. Lakers able to take it back. They played over to the far boards. Drake Adams dropping it back. Then it got rattled into the far corner on a nice backhand move there, but now Davenport able to take it through the neutral zone. Good pass across the Laker line. Return pass toward the slot, broken up. Matt Carlson tried to backhand it in toward the deep slot there, but it got taken away. But the Lakers can't advance it. Carlson got it back, tossed it in toward the left wing corner. Came back down to Mikkola at the near point, wristing it in. Never got through the traffic. Taken back by Abrego. He takes a fall from behind. Puck goes to center ice. Taken there by Liam Bland. Now it goes back in behind the Davenport net. Loudon out of the net now. He'll deal it over to the far corner. Now back around to the near side come the Panthers. They'll bank it along the near side. Here's Carlson. Pass over to the far boards. Actually, it was to the midpoint, but it slides over to the far boards. Sharp angled shot there from the half board, and a save made by Harbor Castle on a shot that came in from Robert McLaughlin. Puck now taken back by Roosevelt. They have it along the far side. They'll bring it through the neutral zone and then backhanded into the Davenport end. Loudon out of the net, chips it over to the far boards. Carries all the way back into the Roosevelt zone. A race to the puck here. Able to get to it now. Here's Bauer. Goes in deep. And Harbor Castle coming out to cut down the angle, and he makes the stop. And we'll have a face-off coming up. Harbor Castle now with 15 saves in the game as we have a 1-1 contest. Here's the draw coming up far circle now in the Roosevelt zone. Back with you a week from tonight. Roosevelt against Calvin in the penultimate home game for 2026. Been at it since mid-October here at the Edge. Off the draw now, Roosevelt able to take it back. Watterson tosses it right on net, caught there, and we'll have a face-off once again. 13:30 remaining here in the second period. It is a 1-1 game. A completely different turnaround, at least thus far, from the game between these two teams last night in Michigan. Off the face-off, it goes to the far side. Salmona can't keep it. Got played to center. Here's Watterson with it now. He'll flip it back into the Davenport zone. Back behind the net, and Loudon able to control there. Came around to the near side. Lakers applying pressure. They're able to get the puck back for a second, but not long. Taken back by Davenport. They have a 2-on-2. Banked along the far boards. It slides in toward the far corner after Jack Kelly flipped it back in deep. Came around now to the near boards. Back around the boards it goes now. Kelly again with it. Far corner. Deals it back to the far point. From there, it got tossed back in toward the Laker net and around now to the near side. Tossed in from there. It looked like that was an opportunity there for Tabor Gutschik. And now a second shot rattles off the post, and then we have a whistle. Gutschik got back to it. Oh, you could hear the ping off the post there, although I want to say that the whistle might have come just a split second before the shot. Either way, line changes for both teams here. Here's the face-off near circle now in the Roosevelt zone. Jake Alton on the face-off here for Davenport. Slides out to the midpoint, around to the near side now. Tossed in here by Thiessen. He got it back. Plays it now to the right wing point. Sent in from there. They try to redirect, and it didn't go well there. It went wide from Alton. Rebound into the far corner now. Alton trying to get to it. Goes into the boards hard, but he was able to play it back to the right wing point. Backhanded down to the right wing corner here for Davenport. Pass out front. Thiessen had to get back to it. That was a good play by Thiessen. He was ahead of the puck by a good, I'd say at least 1.5 feet. Reached back and reeled it in with his stick. Puck now sent back over to the far side, and the Lakers able to take it rink wider. Came to the near side. Thiessen dumps it back into the Roosevelt zone now. Kieran Thiessen, first minutes tonight that we have seen so far in this game. And he's had a good run of it here in the early going since coming out of the ice. Been around the puck quite frequently here early in his tenure on the ice. Here's Hallett with it, right point, fires it in. Pad save made. The puck went over to the far boards. Goes back now toward the Laker line. Both teams trying to gain possession. Davenport now with it. Little back skate here into the far circle, and the shot goes wide to the right side. That came in there from Ryan Blackburn. Puck over to the far boards, taken back now by Roosevelt in the neutral zone. Collision here, but Kruger able to keep on his skates, and now Davenport with it again. They bring it across the Laker line into the far circle, shooting. Save made. Oh, pile up there is Harbor Castle. Nearly got covered up there by one of his own men in front of the net. Went over to the far corner, and now back in toward the Laker net and around to the near side. They battle for it there. And it goes into the near circle. Came back out front now. Wristed in from the midpoint. It went wide to the right side. Came back over to the far boards. And it went back now to the Davenport zone. Panthers, 2 quick passes. They flip it into the Lakers zone, but it didn't go far. Taken back, I think, by Lozenak for Roosevelt. Tossed back into the Davenport zone now. Up again along the near boards. Panthers try to advance it. Kruger tried to backhand it toward the Panther line. It got pinballed around, and now it goes back into the Davenport zone. A little bit of a long stretch here without a stoppage as the Panthers bring it toward the Laker line. They'll bring it up the right wing side, pulling up there and then wheeling it back. Liam Bland. Now he puts it in deep. Came around to the near side. Roosevelt with it again. They'll bank it along the near boards. Came to center now. Gutchick with it there. Rink wides it over to the far side. Now it got deflected back across the Laker line. Back with it again now Bland. Rings it around the boards. Came around now to the left wing side. One timed in from there and it went wide right from Gutchick. Puck over to the far point now. Taken here by the Panthers. Pass in deep and a return pass to the slot broken up. Lakers able to clear. Now they reverse it around. Taken again by RU in their own zone. Lobbed up ahead. And then it came back out now across the line. Little drop back pass and a shot. And a save made here by Loudon as he sweeps it to the near side. And then it got deflected out of play and we'll have a face-off coming up. You know, that puck here when it was in the Davenport zone got lifted in the air and it was spinning at an angle as such that it looked like, I'm going to be a little bit technical here. It looked like the angle of a galaxy in space. That's the angle of the puck came here toward the booth. I was going to say the Andromeda Galaxy, which is 2.5 million light years away from the planet Earth, but, well, I just did, but I didn't want to get too far into it. Anyway, we're under 10 minutes remaining in the period, past the halfway point of the game. Ah, yes, astronomy and hockey. What a combo. Shot in front, scramble, and a rebound, and now they cover it up in front of the net. Nothing astronomical about that. Lakers nearly were able to get into the lead, but we hold it 1-1. There are a lot of galaxies, actually, that are seen from Earth through the right equipment at that kind of angle. It was almost at a halfway between straight up and maybe straight up 12 o'clock on a clock and 3 o'clock on the angle. All right, anyway, back to the game. Watterson trying to keep it in near point. Fed it over now tried to feed it to the far side. It never went that far, and now taken back by Davenport. They'll bring it across the line. Banked along the near boards, came back to center now. Thiessen able to track it down there. Kieran Thiessen backhands it over to the far side. Return pass to Kieran Thiessen. Across the line he goes. Into the near circle. Bothered from behind by Hallett. Puck slides in front of the net. Pushed away by by Castle. And a one-timer got blocked by the defense. Puck now rattles back out toward the Davenport line and into the Panther zone. Race to the puck there. Euler got to it, lost his balance as a Panther went sliding to the ice. Battled for here. It came back now to the right wing half board. Then it went into the near corner. Four-player scrum here as they battle. Came back here now to the near side and then lobbed into the air, and it stayed in play. It did not hit the rafters here on the low ceiling here at the edge. Lakers bring it back across into the Davenport zone. Somona, a rising shot, and we have a stop and a face-off. And we'll take a breather here with just over 8:30 remaining in the second period in a 1-1 game. A completely different feel to tonight's game as opposed to last night when it was all Panthers. Roosevelt trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Danny Bizach in the far circle to the right of the Davenport net. Here's the face-off into the far corner, and the Panthers rattled it around the boards now to the near side. Came back to center, banked it along the far boards, and back now into the Davenport zone. And it came around now to the right wing side. They go after it here. It went into the near corner. Put back in behind the net. Getting to it there for Davenport, Luke Mikkola. And now it came to center. Lifted back into the Roosevelt zone. It goes to the end boards here. Came around now to the left wing corner. And they battle for it. Back in behind the net. Now it got sent over to the far corner, and the Lakers are able to take it back now. They'll launch it up ahead, and Abrego brought it across the blue line here, but then got checked into the near boards. Couldn't hold on to the puck. Tanner Hallett back with it now for the Lakers. He'll dump it back in now, and it goes to the end boards. Hallett able to get back in possession of the puck again. Into the far corner. Sends it out to the far point, lofted back into the zone, and now we'll have a stoppage here on an offside call. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the neutral zone. .7:24 remaining in period 2. 1-1 game. Got a penalty coming up here. It'll be to Roosevelt. Tanner Hallett will get a 2-minute minor. And so for the first time tonight, it'll be a Davenport power play opportunity. We have had one power play goal. That came from Roosevelt, from Mike Abrego. Here's the draw now, so we'll see about the penalty kill here for the Lakers. Panthers trying to gather themselves. They played into the far corner now. Holding it there for a moment was Milok. Tried to direct it toward the net. Came back out now to the right wing point. Mikkola with it near side. Back to the midpoint, around. Oh, I thought they were going to play it far side. Instead, it got fired in and deflected to the near side. Mikkola with it again. Came back up top, now around to the right wing side. That's the way I thought it was going to go earlier. Pass in through the slot, no one there, as Jack Kelly was the nearest to the puck. He brings it back out front, deals it now to the right wing side. Around now to the near side it goes. And then it went over to the far side again. Back with it again now. Here's Fenlon. Back in behind the net, around to the left side. Kelly giving chase, able to get to the puck. Has it along the near side. Back now to the right wing point. Return pass here. Mikkola with it. Fed it now to the near corner. Actually to the near circle. And backhanded in deep. I believe that's Fenlon with it. Brought it now to the near side. Back around to the right wing point. Good puck movement here. Good passing by Davenport as they move it around the perimeter. Top of the far circle now again with it. Here's Fenlon. Back around to the near side again. Tossed into the slot. Now it came back to Fenlon again. Around to the near side. And a one-timer there. Almost a swing and a miss that came in there from Milok. He has it back toward the high slot, put it over to the far side. Oh, a stick went flying into the air and went tumbling to the ice here, and now we have the stoppage. Oh, that stick, I've never seen a stick go that high. It went way up into the air and then came down. Not sure who that stick belonged to, but anyway, they'll have it returned, and we have a face-off coming up. 31 seconds remaining on the Tanner Hallett penalty. Shots on goal at the moment, 20 for Davenport and 16 for the Lakers, and now we'll have a Davenport penalty coming up. This will be Sammy Milok getting a 2-minute minor. And so we'll have 4-on-4 for a moment, and then We'll have a 1-minute, 29-second power play opportunity for Roosevelt. Here's the face-off far circle in the Davenport zone. Panthers able to win the draw. And they'll hold it behind their own net. So Milot getting the 2-minute slashing penalty. Puck back now into the Roosevelt zone. Michael Somona giving chase. Got jammed into the boards. Pass here just in front of the net. Got broken up. That was intended there for Peter Stojewski. Now it got sent over to the far boards. The penalty here to Hallett is over. And the Lakers now, the power play unit is on the ice. Here comes Kevin Euler off the bench out of the ice. And he has the puck in his own zone. Euler across the top of the center circle, across the blue line, into the Davenport zone. To Danny Bazach from the high slot. His shot blocked, and then it got deflected out, and we'll have a face-off coming out. 1:13 to go on the Roosevelt power play. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the period in a 1-1 game. Here comes the draw, far circle to the right of the Davenport net. Face off toward the slot. Lakers able to keep it in after a clearing try there by Davenport. Bowen Lopez out high with it. Sends it to the bottom hash marks near circle. Back again to Lopez. Backhand spin around a pass to the far circle. Lakers bringing around the perimeter toward the far corner. Back to the near side, and a misfired pass there. Banks off the near boards, and Bowen Lopez has to go back to get to it. Lopez brings it across the, call that too early. Now it's brought across the line by Drake Adams, who dumps it into the far corner. And then back to get it now, Luke Mikkola there for Davenport. Sent all the way back to the other end, and Harbor Castle out of the net. We'll leave it here for Bowen Lopez. 26 seconds to go on the Laker power play in a 1-1 game. Heading toward the final moments here of this, final minutes to be more accurate, of this second period. Lakers bring it through the neutral zone. Up ahead now. Karowski had it for a moment. Now it got pinned against the right wing half board. Into the corner and around back behind the Davenport net it goes. They converge onto there. Thrown in front. A quick wrist shot here by Martino. It didn't get through. Came back now here to the near point. Taken back now by Davenport. Across the line, here's Milot. Put it up ahead. Takes the shot right on, and a butterfly save by Harbor Castle. And then after the save, a skirmish in front of the net. The net has been knocked loose here to our left. One of the Davenport players took a fall, wound up right on the seat of his pants there. Everybody's okay. Although emotion's starting to run high here a little bit late in this period. Got a penalty here, it looks like, coming up. Renwin Pollitt being escorted to the penalty box. So a Laker power play in the offing, and a chance here for Roosevelt now to take a late second period lead. So give Pollitt the penalty. We'll await the announcement on the call. I'm going to guess it was for roughing. But anyway, here we go. Face-off near circle to the left of the Davenport net. Danny Bazach on the face-off. There's a couple of the Lakers tapping the glass behind their own bench here, down to below us to our right. Here's the draw. Watterson with it. Sends it in deep. And it was loose there in front of the net, but now Davenport able to ring it back to the other end of the ice. Rung around the boards over to the left side and to our left, and taken back now by Roosevelt. Watterson, long pass, goes into the Davenport zone. And I'm not so sure that was actually a pass intended for anybody. Puck came around now to the right wing half board, back in behind the net it goes. Andrew Lozenak with it, deals it now to the left wing point, return pass toward Lozenak. It got by him and it came around to the right wing corner. They battle for it there. 1:18 to go on the Laker power play. Into the high slot. Bit of a traffic jam there. Came back now, top of the near circle. Couple players spinning around, and now it went over to the far side, and Davenport able to take it back. Dumped back into the Roosevelt zone. And back in behind the net. I saw one comment on a hockey board a few weeks ago where the fan, as Watterson taking it in, came into the near corner. I'll finish the thought during the stoppage as the game goes on here. As trying to get to it, Mike Abrego had it knocked away, and now it's cleared back into the Davenport zone. The thought was if there was to be a rule change, no icing when you're on a penalty kill. Or actually, you should have icing on a penalty kill. As Gutschik dumps it back into the Roosevelt zone, the quibble, if you will, on the part of the poster there was that there should still be icing when you're defending a power play. Anyway, back to the present here. Jack quickly across the line into the near corner. Tosses it in front. Now it got pushed to the inboards here, and now a whistle. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting proposition there. I think personally there are a lot of rules in football that could be changed. I always thought if the ball hits the ground in football, it's like baseball. It should be an incomplete pass. I don't care whether the guy has control of the ball, quote unquote. Hits the ground, incomplete. Would make everything a lot easier. Anyway, back to hockey here. 12 seconds to go on the Roosevelt power play. 1-1 game late here in period 2. Under 2 minutes remaining. Face off into the near corner. Over to the far side, Euler giving chase, can't get to it. Mikkola tried to clear, kept in by Euler, but he gives it away. Davenport back now through the neutral zone. The penalty over. Both teams at full strength. McLaughlin now moving in deep, Milak moving in deep, and he had it in front. Somebody lost their stick. Oh, the puck was loose near the near post. It almost went in, and then a shot, I think, hit the near side of the net. Davenport applying pressure. Shot from the high slot. That got knocked away late. Came back around now, bottom hash marks near circle. Mikkola with it again, sends it in front. Quick wrister, and they score. Quick pass into the slot and a quick wrister. And Davenport, they're the team that gets the late second period lead. It'll be Jack Kelly on the goal for Davenport. And the Panthers up 2-1. So the goal comes at 18:37 of the period. And now the Panthers get those so crucial late period goals as it went into the far corner now. Reversed around back in the Davenport zone. There's Abrego trying to get to it. Got help here from Danny Bazach, and now a whistle as Bazach got to the puck along the far boards, and a player down here for Davenport. Cannot yet see who that is. Back up now on one knee. That's a good early sign. And now back on his skates is Tabor Gutschik. So happy to see that, obviously. Hopefully he'll be able to stay into the game, and a Laker penalty coming up now. So it'll be a 2-minute minor here for Mike Abrego. Like Mike was showing his displeasure there in the penalty box, is now the officials will confer here. It looks like it sounded like on the announcement that Abrego's been given a 5-minute major. Yep. They have 5 minutes posted on the board, and so Abrego will have a little bit of a long wait in the penalty box, and Davenport now will have a great opportunity here as they lead 2-1 late in the second period. Closing in, just over a minute remaining in the period. Face off our circle now in the Lakers zone. It went to the far boards, kept in at the far point there. Wristed in from there, and it whistles wide. Came to the near side now. 1 minute remaining in the period. Davenport able to get to it near corner. Now it goes back, it's steered back in behind the net, and then over to the far side. And it gets by everybody there, and Tabor Gutschik able to track it down in the neutral zone, and he'll control it again in his own end. Nice pass there across both the red line and blue lines. Now it went over to the far side. Bland backhanding it ahead, but now it deflects back into the Davenport zone. Loudon takes it there and pushes him to the near corner. 27 seconds remaining on the time for the second period. 4:16 remaining on the major penalty here to Mike Abrego. Battle forward here, trying to get to it. Jack quickly got to it, shooting, and it went wide left side. I'm not sure if Loudon got contact on it, but that would have been a surprising development there as the Lakers went for the short-hander. Dump back in now into the Roosevelt zone. Back to get it now. Christofides has it. Fed it ahead. Lakers turning it over, but it bounces in front of the net and snapped out of the air there just as the buzzer sounds by Harbor Castle. And the second period has come to an end, and just like the first period, we will have penalty time carry over into period 3. 3:53 remains on the major penalty to Abrego. Scoring in the second period, the Lakers tying the game at 1:06 of the period on the power play by Mike Abrego, but then it was Jack Kelly at 18:37, and that's where we stand. Overall shots on goal in the game now, Davenport 26 and Roosevelt 20. So we are through the first 40 minutes of playing a good game tonight here on this Saturday evening in Bensenville. Your score is Davenport 2 and Roosevelt 1. We will step aside, take an extended timeout, and then on the other side, we'll be back with what should be a very good third period of action. Again, your score after the first two, it's Davenport 2, Roosevelt 1. You're tuned to Roosevelt University Hockey.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then,
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
All right, we welcome you back to the Edge here in Bensenville as we are moving toward period number 3 tonight in a good game, 2-1 in favor of Davenport heading to the final frame. And Davenport still with 3 minutes and 53 seconds of power play time remaining after the major penalty issued to Mike Abrego late in the second period. So here we go. Should be a fascinating final 20 minutes, if not more. After Davenport cruised last night, the Lakers right now trying to stay close to within a goal as Davenport will be moving it. They've won the opening face-off. They'll move it as we look at it, and as you watch on our YouTube channel video stream from our left to right, and it'll be Roosevelt going right to left. Here's Fenlon with it near point, has it back now at the midpoint after he passed it far side. Put it again out of the far circle. Mikola with it there, now back again here to Fenlon. Fenlon around to the near side. Gutchick with it, sends it in, and it got deflected here, right on actually. It went here on the shot by Sammy Milok. And now went over to the far side, and the wrister there went whistling wide to the near side. Fenlon with it back, right wing point. Over now to the left wing side, return pass to Fenlon. Drive from there, out front, scramble, and then eventually Harbor Castle able to cover it up. So we'll have a face-off on the way. 3:09 remaining here on the Roosevelt penalty. Alton coming onto the ice now, along with Matt Carlson. Also back on the ice now. There's Gutchick coming back. And here's the face-off near circle to the left of the Roosevelt net. Jake Alton on the draw for Davenport. Came down to the near side. Gutchick with it there. Played it to the half board. Return pass to Tabor Gutchick. Put it out front, redirect, and it went wide right. Came around here to the near side, and into the right wing corner it goes. Came back now here for the Lakers. They'll be able to clear back to center. Back to retrieve it there. Peter Stavjeski there for Davenport. They'll play it ahead now through the neutral zone, across into the Lakers zone. Alton up ahead now, and a sharp angled shot stopped by Harbor Castle. Good passing there by Davenport, but Castle equal to the task with his 28th save of the game. Puck went now into the near corner. 2.5 minutes to go in the Davenport power play. Around to the far circle. Centering pass now came around bottom of the near circle. Back out to the slot. Shot, butterfly save made by Castle on the shot that came in from Tabor Gutchick. And a face-off coming up. 2:20 remaining on the penalty. And 18 and change remaining in the third period. 2-1 Davenport with a lead. Here's Sammy Milak on the draw near circle in the Lakers zone. Harbor Castle has his mask off there. I don't know if he has an equipment issue going on. But it looks like he's ready to go. And here we go. Face-off won by Davenport. Fenlon backhands it down to the near boards. Shot in from there, and it went wide to the left side as that shot fired in there from Sammy Milak. Went to the far circle. Lakers trying to clear, and they're able to toss it back. I thought that was going to go all the way back to the other end of the ice, but it didn't go very far into the neutral zone. Milak with it near side. Drops it back now. Return pass to Milak as he's into the Lakers zone on the right wing. Put ahead now into the right wing corner. Back to Milak again. Sends it over to the far side. Around now to Fenlon again. Fenlon played it to Milak. Threw it in front. They tried I think, a little mini redirect there, but it went wide. I'm not really sure Bauer, who was right there in front of the net, was actually able to even to make contact. Puck came here now to the near boards. Taken back by Milak. He'll race it across the line. Nearly lost his balance. Takes it, throws it in front, popped into the air. Oh, I thought I heard a ping as if it hit the post. Now it came back the other way and goes all the way to the other end of the ice. And Kyler Loudon will leave it there now for Davenport behind his own net. Here comes Tabor Gutchick. Played it now to the near side. Across the line. Splitting two defenders was Ryder McMillan. Played it now front. Oh, Harbor Castle sprawling there. Still a 2-1 game. Came back up top. There's a drive. And then a rebound over to the far side and a whistle. And I think a high stick is on the way here. 1:02 remaining on the Laker penalty. And let's see if that will be nullified if it is in fact a Davenport penalty. Well, looks like nobody's going to come to the penalty box. Thought I saw the signal for a high stick. So it remains 1:02 remaining, and now they've started the clock here prematurely. A second went off the penalty timer, and now we are back at it. So now under a minute remaining on the Davenport power play. And Davenport retrieving in their own zone. Around to the near side to McMillan. He reaches back nicely, then brings it across the Laker line, got spun around, and then the Lakers able to clear. Tabor Gutchick back to get to it now here for Davenport. Has it in behind his own net. He'll run it right up the gut here through the center circle. Actually top of the circle into the Lakers zone. Into the high slot. Pass deflected away. Alton got to it now. Right wing point. Trying to send it looked like toward the middle of the ice. Didn't work out well. Now Gutchick with it. Throws it in front. A little bit of a mini scramble, but puck now ultimately came here to the right wing corner again. Alton backhanding in deep. Again, a little bit of a mini scramble. Spinorama, and it went wide to the left side. Good play by Jake Alton to get that sequence started. Now around to the near side, McMillan threw it in front. Redirect attempt here. Harbor Castle makes the stop. He's coming up huge here in the early stages of this third period, and we hold it a 2-1 lead for Davenport as a face-off coming up. personnel on the ice for Davenport. 6 seconds remaining on the Abrego major penalty. So the Lakers on the verge of a 5-minute power play penalty kill, rather. Here's the face-off. Into the near corner. Peter Christofides got to it, sends it over to the far side. Now back in front, and then a whistle. The Abrego penalty is over. He's back on the ice. Both teams back to full strength, and a great penalty kill there by the Lakers. So we got a face-off coming up far circle here in the Roosevelt zone. Here's Bland on the draw for Davenport. It goes back behind the Roosevelt net. Lakers are playing down to the near side. It skips away from Abrego, went to the Davenport blue line, but now taken back by the Panthers as Noah Bradburn got to it there. Lofts it ahead, came around now to the near side. Pollitt trying to get to it. Instead, now the Lakers able to take control. They bring it across the Davenport line on the right wing. And, boy, trying to barrel through there. And ultimately taken down there. That was Kohler Crozier for the Lakers. Back the other way now. Puck came to the neutral zone. Christofides tossing it in, and then we had a whistle. Oh, all kinds of action going on there. And the clock stopped now with 15:33 remaining in regulation time. Davenport now out shooting the Lakers 35-20 in the game. Conversation going on now at center ice. Good game here tonight. Completely different situation as opposed to last night, when by this point the game was pretty much been decided. A few of the Lakers gather here and have a little bit of a chat. And we're ready to resume. Face-off near left down in the neutral zone. And nobody wants it initially. Eventually now, puck was dumped in by Luke Watterson, and then a whistle as it came back toward the Davenport net. Just over 15 minutes remaining in regulation time. Davenport with a 2-1 lead. Davenport getting that late second period goal to move in front. Here's the face-off now at center ice. Went to the far side. Davenport able to control. Came around now and tossed back into the Roosevelt zone. Lakers try to bring it through the neutral zone along the near side. Hard hit applied there on Quigley just as he crossed the blue line. Puck now deep into the Davenport end. It goes over to the far side. Panthers trying to clear it. It bounces along the boards far side out to the neutral zone. Tossed back in, and now back to get it. Tabor Gutchick here for Davenport. Long pass over to the far side. Lakers applying pressure in the neutral zone. Instead, though, Davenport across the Laker line. Low line drive shot. Castle the save on the shot by Jack Kelly. Now the puck eventually bounces out to the neutral zone. Lakers able to take it back. Blake Martino in through the near circle. Backhander in toward the net. Got knocked away. Came back here to the near side. Nearly able to get to it there. That was Robert McLaughlin for Davenport as the puck now got dumped back into the Davenport end. It went into the far corner. Now put back in around to the near side. Back out front. Oh, shot came in whistling wide. Crashing into the end boards. Lost sight of the puck there, and then I saw the shot coming in. Back the other way now. Oh, a hard hit applied here, right near the blue line on Sammy Milok, who went spinning and then tumbling to the ice. And now Milok returning the favor on Michael Somona. He was without a stick at the time. Puck down to the neutral zone, popping into the air. Knocked down here now by Robert McLaughlin. Brings it across the Laker line. Pushed it into the far corner. Things getting a little bit physical here of late now. Lakers able to take it through the neutral zone into the Davenport end. Wrist shot here. Went wide to the right. That came in from, I think, Bowen Lopez. He has it back now far side. Steers it into the near circle. That was a shot and a score! Was just about to say, I think it was Lopez who skated it into the near circle, and then I think a redirect going in, and we're tied at 2. Kohler Crozier on the goal here for the Lakers. And it is even at 2. So a new game. Now a little action going on before the face-off. That goal at 6:33 of the period, by the way, and we'll have now coincidental minors coming up before the face-off. Not to get too detailed here, but to see the main clock, I have to step aside here from where I'm broadcasting right now to see the entire clock because they've installed a speaker. I can see everything on the scoreboard from my normal spot except the time left in the game. So I was veering over to check that out when I saw the action going on. And so coincidental minors going here for Roosevelt. Give the 2-minute penalty here to Jack Quigley, and for Davenport, it'll be Jake Alton getting a break for 2 minutes. 4-on-4, and the Lakers now bring it across the Davenport zone. Into the Davenport zone as they brought it across the blue line. Came here now to the left wing corner. Lakers now surrender possession, but now they get it back in the neutral zone. A little spun around there situation for Watterson near the left edge of the center circle. Puck now back in behind the Davenport net, and the Panthers able to control it there. Davenport slowly bringing it up. Now they pick up the tempo. Across the blue line here, Peter Stavjeski tossed it in deep. Now the Lakers able to take it back. Long pass just beyond the reach of Kevin Euler, and it'll slide back into the near corner in the Panther end. Loudon, Kyler Loudon deals into the near boards. Now got played up ahead. Here's Milok across the line now for Davenport into the far circle. And they threw it in front, tried to redirect, but that didn't work out. Milok got it back again, put it to the near side. Now a little bit of a scramble here in front as it went over to the far side of the net, it looked like, and now a whistle as we stop play here with 45 seconds remaining on the 2 penalties. 2-2 game as 12-12 remains here in period number 3. Face-off coming up, far circle to the right of the Roosevelt net. Here's the draw. And now it came back to the other way. Lakers across into the Davenport zone. Shot from the high slot. Whistles high over the net and into the glass. Came back here now to Andrew Lozenak. He can't keep it in. And the puck now back here to the Laker blue line. Lakers take it back now. And went over to the far side it goes. Reversed around, and now taken back by the Lakers on their own end. Now back behind, toward the inboards, near behind his own net there for a moment was Mark Abrego with it. Davenport trying to apply a little pressure here. Lakers right now hard pressed to get it out of their own zone as they try to work it from right to left. The penalties are over. Both teams now back to full strength. Puck came around now to the near side, up ahead through the neutral zone. Here's Mike Abrego across the line. Spins top of the far circle. Spins back the other way now into the far corner. Great skating here by Abrego, but then he loses the puck in the process, and Davenport able to take it back. Bank pass ahead. Mikula couldn't get to it, but got help here now from Bland. Fed it up ahead, deflected to the far side. Shot in from there, and they score! Oh, it got deflected to the left wing point. Fired in from there, and Davenport has retaken the lead. And it looks like that goal has been waved off. So we stay tied at 2. Brendan Bauer thought he had his 18th goal of the year, but not to be. And we'll have a face-off coming up. I believe offside turned out to be the call. Here's the draw far right down in the neutral zone. Won by the Lakers. They'll bank it along the far boards. Came back now to the near side after a rink-wide pass. Palat put it ahead, and it goes back into the Roosevelt zone. Went into the near corner. They scramble after it there. Danny Bazach now joins the party there along the near corner. Came back around now to the near side, and now out to center it goes. 2-2 game, heading toward the halfway point of the third period. Real good one here tonight in the western suburbs of Chicago. Puck into the near corner now. Came back around toward the near point. Actually, the half board to be more accurate for Bauer, but now it got rung around over to the far corner, and Roosevelt able to take possession. They'll bring it through the neutral zone. Across the red line, Danny Bazach into the Davenport zone, shooting. And Loudon able to make the save. Rebound went over toward the far corner. Now it got pushed around here to the near side. Here's Watterson with it for the Lakers. Spins away. Still with the puck. Spinning away from the defender a second time. Now played it back out toward the near point. Got reversed back in. Bottom of the near circle. Bazach has it there. Wheels it out now to the far side. Taken away by Davenport. Good anticipation there. Here's Jack Kelly across the line. Fed it ahead. A little bit overleading on the pass there, as I believe that was intended there for Luke Mikkola. Puck came back now to the neutral zone, and now taking it back. Here's Gutchick with it for Davenport. He'll let everybody kind of clear away and peel back into his own end. Gutchick sends it ahead. Backhanded across now the Laker line. Giving chase, Robert McLaughlin. Got to it, threw it in front. And now Castle covered it up. And then a skirmish here as a player got knocked into the net. And we have action here to the far side. And the officials quickly move in to break it up. Well, I clearly saw one attempt at a punch there. And it looks like we'll have at least a Laker penalty on the way. This will be Peter Christofides coming off. And Watterson now also in the penalty box here, it looks like, for the Lakers. This could be trouble here for Roosevelt now, as we have just over 9 minutes remaining in regulation time. Shots on goal at the moment. Davenport 37, Roosevelt 23. So we'll see what they post on the scoreboard here as far as the penalties. But if it's a 5-on-3 here in favor of Davenport, Roosevelt will be in a little bit of a tough situation. Conversation still going on at center ice. And now we'll have the penalties here, as I think someone getting a little bit vocal. I'm not sure it's from the penalty box or the stands here below us. Officials now talking here. The net here is still jarred loose here off to the right. Officials talking to Harbor Castle. Yep, we have two 2-minute minors posted here for the Lakers now. Christofides and also Luke Watterson. And so it will be, it appears, a 5-on-3 for the next 2 minutes here for Davenport. Did I say we'll have a 5-on-3 here? And here we go. Face off near circle to the left of the Roosevelt net now. Coming up on the draw, Jake Alton here for Davenport. After the draw, a pile up there on the face-off dot. And the Panthers able to control. Played now to Gutchick near point. Sends it now to the left wing side. Back around near side. McLaughlin with it. He shoots. Got blocked by the defense. Came here to the near side. Thrown in front. Now it got turned away there. That was rather Ryder McMillan on that earlier shot. Back over to the far side. One timed in there on a blast and it went wide to the right. And then I believe it got deflected out of play and we'll have a face-off coming up. 1:35 remaining on the two penalties here. And we have 8:50 remaining in the third period in a 2-2 game. This clearly, and again it might be stating the obvious, but a turning point of the game here for both teams. Face-off far circle now to the right of the Roosevelt net. Here's Milok, it looks like, on the draw for Davenport. It went into the left wing corner. Milok trying to get it back. Deals it back now to the left wing point. Around to the near side now. Back to the high slot. Went off Mikkola's stick. He got it right back. Around the perimeter. Bottom of the near circle now. Tossed in front there. Poked over to the far side. Again sent to the near circle. One timed in from there and it got deflected wide left. Looked like that shot came in from the near circle from Kelly, who has a goal in this game tonight. Now it's back behind the Roosevelt net. Kelly near side, shooting. And, it looked like it hit the shoulder there of Harbor Castle and went over to the far side. And now a whistle. Well, for a second there, I thought it got by Harbor and might have gone into the upper left-hand corner of the net. Exactly 1 minute to go on the two penalties here to Roosevelt. Well, I've always thought in hockey, the 5-on-3 is the equivalent really of kind of having the bases loaded in baseball with nobody out. You pretty much have to score. Off the face-off now, Davenport moving in around the perimeter. In front it goes, and the net slides. It looks like a little bit loose here. I saw the net move anyway, but the game going on. Mikkola around to the far side. Back around now to Kelly, bottom of the near circle. He loses it, got it back in the right wing corner. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Pass in front here, scramble in front of the net, came to the near side again, and now a whistle. And the net has been reattached. I thought it came loose. I clearly saw it slide earlier on. 36 seconds to go on the 5-on-3 for Davenport. Yeah, as I was saying, I think a 5-on-3 is like having the bases loaded with nobody out in baseball. If you do not score, it is a major lost opportunity. Jake Alton again on the draw now here for Davenport. 2-2 game. Just over 8 minutes remaining in regulation time. Alton again now moves into the face-off circle to the left of the Laker net. Here's the draw. Pushed out, top of the near circle, came back now to the near point. Gutchik reels it over to the far side, sent in from there, and it's blocked by the defense. And then the Lakers able to clear after the shot attempt by Peter Stojewski. Went back into the far corner now and lobbed back in toward the Laker line. It's still in the neutral zone. Davenport needs to get back onside. 15 seconds to go on the 5-on-3 for Davenport. Around to the near side now. Trying to control it with a skate there was McMillan. Down to the left wing side. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Into the high slot. Quick shot here. Deflected wide right. Ball came here to the near half board again. Stojewski got it up ahead. Backhander here in deep. And again it went wide right. And then a big pile up here along the inboards as the penalties expire. Oh, a lot of action going on here. Let's see if we have more players headed to the penalty box. Clock stop now with 7:20 remaining in the period. 2-2 game. Which team will prevail here tonight? Great game as we round out the month of January. With the weather we've had, I'm sure those watching maybe in Michigan and elsewhere in the upper part of the United States, more than happy to see January pass into history. It's Blake Martino getting a penalty here for Roosevelt. And it'll be, it looks like Peter Stojewski now getting a penalty here for Davenport. So coincidental minors, that means we'll have a 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Here's the face-off, near circle, quick shot, and it goes wide far side and into the far corner, and it caroms all the way back down to center ice. Pass here to the near side now to Brendan Pollitt. Now with it, Gutchik, Rink winds it over to the far side. McLaughlin trying to bring it across the Laker line, pushed it ahead, taken back by RU. They'll back skate it in behind their own net. Now through the neutral zone. Not yet able to see who has it as it got dumped into the Davenport end. Lakers trying to chase it down, can't do it. Now Davenport able to take it back. They work it through the neutral zone. Across the Laker line, it'll be offside the call here, and we'll have a face-off on the way. 1:25 to go on the coincidental minors. 6:40 remaining in the game. 2-2 game. Well, Lakers trying to, well, you could already say they bounced back well after losing last night 11-3, but now they want to finish the job here and get a win. Kelly along the far boards gets to the puck after the faceoff. Around to the near side to Mikkola. He's across the line now. Tried to drop it back. Now a second attempt came to the right wing half board. Played over now to the high slot. Tossed in from there. And it got sent wide to the left side, and now around to the near side it goes. Came here now to the near point. Mikkola with it there. Got it down to the bottom of the near circle. Kelly now skates it back out toward the point, wristing it in. Came to the near side again on the right wing. Fenelon headed there. Got it back into the slot. Shooting, and the save made by Harbor Castle. And he covers it up maybe about 4 or 5 feet in front of the front edge of the crease. 52 seconds to go on the penalties. Closing in on 6 minutes to go in regulation time. 2-2 game. Davenport out shooting the Lakers tonight in this game, 43-23. And if my math is correct and my memory is correct, that would be over 100 shots now, I believe, in the last 2 games for Davenport. Puck came here off the faceoff. Pollitt with it now, right wing point. has it back. Played it over to the far side now, and it caroms to the bottom of the far circle. Taken back by Roosevelt. Long pass here. Will miss the mark. Watterson couldn't get to it. Pollitt retrieves and now skates it back in behind his own net. Brandon Pollitt now. Over to the far boards on the pass. Now bringing it across the line. Oh, losing the puck in the process. Having it knocked away there. That was Milok. Lakers back the other way. Here's a shot by Watterson. Got deflected into the air. Came back around now to the near side. Davenport back the other way now. They try to push it across the line. Lakers able to reverse it back to the Panther line. Mikula with it there. Into the Lakers zone. Dropped it back nicely. Now it got pushed over to the far side. Lakers able to push it out to center. Race to the puck here. Lakers able to bring it into the Davenport zone. Pass to the far circle. Shot, they score! And the Lakers have taken the lead. Great pass over to the far circle and a low line drive laser beam inside the near post. Second goal of the game for Micah Brago, and the Lakers have a 3-2 lead. Goal coming at 14:39. Well, Brago had the power play goal early in the second period, lighting the lamp here, and now the Lakers have a 3-2 lead. Trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Brago with it back off the faceoff in the Davenport zone. Moved it in now back behind the net. Played back in behind the cage still. Now it came loose, came to the near side. Davenport now able to get possession. They'll bring it up ahead. Pass ahead here. Kind of fanning on the attempt was Liam Bland. Lakers had it back for a moment. Now Bland able to take it again. Over to the far boards it goes. Kutchik from the red line dumps it into the Roosevelt zone. It slides along the base of the boards back behind the net. Went over now to the far corner. Came here to the near side, and then now it slides back into the Davenport zone. A race to the puck here. Drake Adams looked like he was trying to take a swipe at it there while the puck was still in motion to the far corner. Puck now came out here to the neutral zone. A reverse possession here. Puck now across the Panther line as the Panthers brought it back into their own zone. They bank it now back to the other way into the Laker end. And it'll be icing here on Davenport and a face-off on the way. .420 remaining in the third period. Roosevelt clinging now to a 3-2 lead. Here's the draw, far circle now to the left of the Davenport net. Alton on the faceoff for Davenport, and he wins it. Davenport able to control it into the neutral zone, though through some traffic, it came down to the near boards. Got ricocheted around, taken back now here. Stojewski into the near circle. He deals it back in front of the net. They score! Little pass right in front of the net there, and I believe it was Alton. We'll make sure officially in a moment, but it looked like it was Jake Alton at point-blank range, just able to fire it in. And we have a new game again at 3-all. So a short-lived lead for the Lakers, and it will be Alton with a goal for Davenport. So we're back even at 3. That goal coming at 15:53. So the Laker lead lasting all of a minute and 14 seconds. And now off the faceoff, Davenport dumping it into the Lakers zone. Caught in midair there by Harbor Castle, and all of a faceoff. As the building for a brief split second went quiet there. So a 3-3 game. Great game here tonight. Swings back and forth. Here's the draw. Goes to the far boards. Won by Davenport. Tossed in from the far point, but it didn't go far. As trying to toss it in there was Luke Mikula. Now the puck came back here to the neutral zone, toward the Laker line, popped into the air, lands on the Laker zone. Bowen Lopez fed it over to the far side. Trying to get to it there, Sammy Milok. Came back to the neutral zone. Lakers push it ahead into the Davenport zone. A race to the puck here, getting a shot away. Drake Adams and a save made, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Oh, Drake Adams had two players step for step right behind him on either side, but he got a shot away, but we stay tied at 3. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. What a difference from last night. This team, this game now, either team, it's there for the taking. Face-off, got pushed around the near circle, now lobbed out of the zone. It'll bounce back into the Laker end of the ice. Race to the puck again. For a moment there, getting it, losing it, now trying to get it back. Andrew Lozenak for the Lakers. Pushed back in behind the net, went over and out of the far corner. Trying to track it down there, far side. That's going to be Colter Crozier. Now several others join the fray here. Puck now loose again, very briefly. Now it's loose and it slides here to the near corner. Danny Bazach able to get to it for the Lakers. Fed it up ahead to center. Return pass here to Bazach. Got through a couple of defenders. Does it again. Shoots and it slides wide to the right. Bazach now puts it back in behind the Davenport net. Came to the near side. And able to get to it here for Davenport. That's Pollitt. Brandon Pollitt now over to the far side. And it'll be shot in from the neutral zone right on net. Harbor Castle able to make the stop. That'll be the 46th shot on goal for Davenport in the game. Puck loose at center, taken again now by the Panthers. Shy of the blue line, Mikkola dumping back in, but now it's reversed back the other way. Lakers across the line here. Here's Kevin Euler shooting, but it went wide right. He had a man right in front of him, and that really prevented, I think, a serious chance to get the ball, get the puck toward the net. Now whistle as they go for the puck along the far side. And we'll see if we have a penalty on the way here. Drama at the edge on a Saturday evening. .224 to go in regulation in a 3-3 game. And we got a penalty coming up here now. It'll go to Luke Watterson for the Lakers. So for most of the rest of this game, it'll be a power play here for Davenport. They already have one power play goal tonight. Actually, that's not correct. It was the Lakers getting the power play tally early in the second period. Here comes the draw, near circle to the left of the Roosevelt net now. So the Davenport power play unit so far shut out tonight. And they will try to get what may be in effect a game winner here. And now we'll have a timeout on the ice. So a timeout taken, 2:22 remaining in regulation. Timeout on the ice with a score. Roosevelt 3, Davenport 3. We'll take a break and return. This is Roosevelt University Hockey.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court.
The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, here we go out of the timeout now. Face-off near circle to the left of the Roosevelt net in a 3-3 game. Davenport able to win the draw. As here we have Watterson and now Euler also in the penalty box here for the Lakers, though only one penalty has been posted on a penalty timer on the board. All right, puck now, bottom of the near circle. Quick shot here. As Kelly then got drilled after releasing the shot that I think hit the near side of the net. Around the perimeter now over to the far side. Return pass now out front. Midpoint with it now. With it there was Fenlon. Got thrown in front, and now it got played back here to the neutral zone. Taken back now. Fenlon will bring it across the line on the left wing side. Back skates to the far half board. Played it back now to the left wing point. Return pass, I believe that'll be, thought it was going to be Fenlon. Instead, it's Milok with it. Threw it toward the slot. Played back down to the far circle. Shot coming in from there. Save made by Harbor Castle, and he's able to hold on. A couple little gentle pushes there after the whistle, but nothing serious. 1:12 to go on the penalty here to Kevin Euler. That's been posted on the board. Watterson also in the box here for the Lakers. His penalty is not on the board. .135 remaining in the third. 3-3 game. Here's the draw, far circle now to the right of the Roosevelt net. Went to the far half boards, played now to the left wing point. Gutchick with it there. Sends it a few feet. Now over to the far corner it goes. Return pass to Tabor Gutchick. Tosses it in from the top of the far circle. Deflected into the left wing corner. Back again to Gutchick. Around to the near side now. They'll play it here. Near side to far side. Back again now. Gutchick with it again. Tosses in. Redirect. They score. And that gives Davenport the power play goal, and they lead it, as it was Carlson on the redirect in front. So Matt Carlson may bookend this game with a goal to start and a goal to win it. And it's 4-3 Davenport. That goal coming at 18:48 of the period. Well, credit to Davenport. They fell behind, but they've been able to rise to the occasion here in this game. And they tied the game and now have taken the lead late. Conversation going on now between one of the officials and representatives of both teams, McLaughlin and Andrew Lozenak, in on the chat, and now we're ready to resume. Well, this would be a tough loss to take for the Lakers if they cannot win it. Face-off goes lofting into the Davenport zone. We'll see here if Harbor Castle remains in the net for much longer, but he'll have to remain in the net for now as a line drive shot coming in from the blue line, and Castle was able to make the stop. Now under a minute remaining in regulation. Lakers now have possession in their own end. They trail 4-3. They toss it back into the Davenport end. Harbor Castle right now remaining in the net. Is Davenport able to retrieve? It'll be icing here. Called on Roosevelt. We'll have a face-off on the way. 47 seconds remaining here in regulation. So, sounded like Stachevski got an assist there on that last goal. So here we go now. Face-off near circle to the left of the Laker net. Here's Alton on the draw. Now he'll be chased away, as will the Laker representative. Nope, Alton's going to go back in there. A new Laker is in the face-off circle. Now it'll be taken here. Near side is Alton. Dropped it back. Quick shot here. And it went wide and I believe out of play, as that shot came in from not too far away from the net there. That came in from Sammy Milok, and we'll have a face-off coming up. 39 seconds remaining in the game. All right, that one penalty expired, but Euler and Watterson remaining in the penalty box. Here's the draw, and now the Lakers able to clear to center for the moment. Dump back in now. Castle will leave it here behind his own net. Lakers will try to bring it back the other way. Good pressure here applied by Davenport, trying to force a turnover here. Came back to the near corner. Danny Bazach with it. He'll skate in front of his own net. Down to 18 seconds remaining, and now a whistle here. Davenport starting to cheer. Oh my goodness, and then after that, Tanner Hallett drilled one of the Davenport Panthers, who was kind of tapping his stick to the ice in celebration. Now another skirmish going on here near the center circle as a second Davenport player got taken down. The first player that was drilled was Jake Alton. As Tanner Hallett, I think, took exception to something that he said, and Alton was tapping his stick, and then a second Panther went down. The Laker penalty box is filling up quite a bit here. Now we'll have a penalty to the Panthers as well. That second Panther who got taken down, I think that was Pollitt. So we have penalties everywhere here late in the game. And really kind of a unfortunate ending to what's been a great hockey game here tonight. Gutchick is in the penalty box. Now he leaves the box. And now instead a different Panther will come over here. And then, then he's been waved off. That was Brendan Bauer, who was going to open the box with his stick, got waved away by one of the officials. So a little bit of chaos here late with 18.5 to go in the game, and Davenport on the verge of getting a sweep here this weekend. There are 3 Roosevelt Lakers now in the penalty box here below us. 2 penalties have been posted on the Lakers side of the board. One to Danny Bazach, and the other to Bowen Lopez. I thought it was Hallett that applied that hit at center ice. It might have been the 2-6 of Lopez's sweater. And now let's see if we have another timeout taken. 18.5 remaining in the game. It's a 4-3 Davenport lead. And again, kind of a tough ending to a great game here tonight. So Roosevelt will take the timeout here. And while we have the break, we'll remind you, we're back here a week from tonight. It'll be Roosevelt against Calvin. And that'll be on February the 7th. 7:15 will be when we start our video stream here in our Roosevelt Laker Athletics YouTube channel. Hope you'll join us a week from tonight. 2 games remaining here this season to the Edge. We'll wind up the season on Valentine's Day when Roosevelt will be hosting Purdue Northwest. Lakers now just seconds away from probably one of their tougher losses of the year. They were able to take the lead on the goal by Mike Abrego at 14:39, but the lead was very short-lived, just 1 minute and 14 seconds. And then Davenport getting the go-ahead goal at 18:48. 50 shots on goal now for Davenport. They doubled up the Lakers. The Lakers have 25 in this game. All right, we're ready to resume now. As here's the draw near side. Pollitt to the far point. Tossed into the slot there. Quick shot here. Oh, it looked like a swing and a miss. Now it came here to the slot and then a whistle. It is a 5-on-3 right now for the balance of the game. So the Lakers, if they're going to pull this one out, have to really work some magic. And now a 4th Laker will come to the penalty box. Actually, it's 5. 5 in the penalty box. So the game continues on. And the Lakers, though, it'll still be 3 on the ice. You can't go fewer than 3. Here's the puck dump back in. Tanner Hallett then backhands it ahead. Played it out front, and that will bring us to the end of the game. And so now a lot going on here after the whistle. 2 skirmishes. We got a full-fledged fight going on in front of the net. 3 skirmishes now as sticks around the ice. This is a really unfortunate way to end what's been a great night of hockey here. Now a helmet's been tossed aside as the officials move in. Drake Adams involved. That's Tabor Gutschik here getting involved in a little scuffle. The net has been dislodged. There are 1, 2, 3 sticks on the ice, 2 helmets on the ice. And we have come to the end of the game. Well, emotions ran high in last night's game, and they run high again here tonight. And no handshake here. The 2 teams will head off the ice. As your final score here tonight, the Davenport Panthers 4 and the Roosevelt University Lakers 3. A lot of players now milling around here, as you may see. Is our camera now kind of set aside here a little bit. We'll keep it here for the moment. I think the officials want the 2 teams to go off separately here to avoid anything going on maybe in the runway. So your final score here this evening, a couple players shaking hands here. The 2 goalies, Loudon and Loudon and Drake Adams were shaking hands here below, just below us, as the Lakers gather around the center ice faceoff circle and express their appreciation of the crowd here tonight. Great game, a wild ending, and your final score again, Davenport 4 and Roosevelt 3. Final shots on goal, Davenport 52, Roosevelt 25. Well, that'll wrap it up here for tonight. Thanks to Jeff Euler, our camera operator, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. We'll be back here a week from tonight. Roosevelt against Calvin, 7:15 will be the stream time here on the Roosevelt Lakers YouTube channel. Final again tonight at the Edge. Roosevelt on the short end as your final is Davenport 4 and Roosevelt 3. Hope to see you next week. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you so much for being with us. And for now, from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville, Illinois, we wish you all a very pleasant good night.